Hey everyone, Will Brink here, brinkzone.com. Quick video for those that are using Alpha Joe Advanced Protein. It does certainly apply to people using any protein, and I'll explain how that is in a second. But some comments from users was that they were getting some clumping, and they asked what my thoughts were on preventing the clumping when they're attempting to mix it. It doesn't apply to all proteins all the time because not all protein powders clump. A issue with that depends on different proteins have different solubility. Different proteins, the way even the same proteins, depending on how they're manufactured, will have different solubility and tendency to clump when you try to mix them. And of course, different processing or different addition of things like instantizing, of course, will have a big effect on that. So it does depend on the protein you're using. Some definitely going to be more difficult to mix than others. The Alpha Joe Advanced Protein is not instantized, so it's going to be a little more work to mix it. Instantizing, of course, has its benefits, which is that it's easy to mix, but it also has the potential for damaging the thermolabile, which means fancy way of saying heat-sensitive bioactives in the protein. So I generally don't really lean towards using instantizing. And again, there's even different processes of instantizing. So again, you can go down a whole rabbit hole there. Be that as it may, there will be maybe a little more work put in to mix the advanced protein for those reasons. So the people that said they were getting some clumping via email didn't actually say how they were mixing it. So that kind of makes it. Now, I'm assuming they were using a spoon. So yes, dumping it in a glass of water and using a spoon, it's going to take a long time to mix that in. Now, of course, if you are making like a meal replacement MRP or whatever, and you're trying to add fruits or vegetables or whatever, you're going to use a blender, and of course then it's moot, because of course if you're using a blender, you obviously it won't get any clumping. You're going to mix it up fine. But not everybody wants to use a blender. Not everybody wants to clean a blender. Not everybody is, sometimes you just want to put a scoop or two in a glass of water and mix yourself up a quick drink. For doing that, I really like these guys. This is a milk frother. They are really cheap. They're under $10 on Amazon. They work great as little hand blenders, and I will follow this with a little video that I actually did with these guys. Couple of little tips using one of these is don't fill the glass up with whatever you're putting it in. I use water, but you can use other things, of course. I will say, if you're a milk drinker, it tastes especially good in milk. I mean, it's really good. I'm not a big milk drinker. I'm usually going to use water. But I will say, for me, it tastes fine in water. It's a little bland, but again, that's intentional. I don't tend to use, when I develop stuff, I don't use a lot of sweeteners. I really try to minimize any sort of thickening agents because I don't like the way they sit in my stomach. But in milk, I was actually really surprised how good it was. Anyway, so a couple of quick tips. One, don't fill the glass up. Use a tall glass, fill it like 2/3, because again, when you're doing this, though, it raises. You'll actually see it in the video. And even though I followed my own tips, I actually do spill a little over the top. But you don't want to do that because just like a blender, it starts to rise. 2, you will get a little foaming. The foaming is actually coming from the collagen. All hydrolyzed collagen will do that. But it doesn't last. It settles down quite quickly. Or if you don't mind it, just drink it as is. I think it tastes good. It gives it kind of a creamy taste. But like I say, just follow the vid. Tip number 2, don't just dump a scoop in and then mix, because that, again, is going to definitely increase the clumping potential. Watch my little video. You'll see how I do it. I just sort of titrate it in a little bit at a time. I get it going with this guy. Then I put a little in as I let it go. And it basically ends all the clumping. So simple advice. Just sometimes these are just some simple tips people maybe aren't aware of or whatever. But I highly recommend one of these little frother jobs. I like these things. Okay, they make it quick, no clumping, makes it nice and smooth. And following is the video. And obviously you can do this with any protein you have. But as I said, some are more resistant to clumping than others, and those are the reasons. So see you all in the Brink Zone.
Oops.